Hello all, welcome to Gurukul CAT 100 series, a series designed to take you from your study room to your corporate boardroom. I am Deepak Nemani and this is Daily Quant with Deepak. Hi all, welcome back to day 96 of 100 days to CAT Quant series. In this video, we will be discussing 5 questions from Quant. So whenever a question is displayed on the screen, pause the video, try solving that question. Once you're done solving, you can resume the video. If you find this video helpful, like the video, share this video with your friends who are preparing for CAT, and most importantly, for more videos of this kind, subscribe to this channel. In case if you want to attempt these 5 questions in the form of a test, you can log into our portal, thegurukul.org.in. The link is already in the description. Now, once you click that link, you'll get enrolled to a course called 100 Days Race to CAT, in which there will be 3 sections: Quant, LRD, and VRC. We'll be uploading 100 tests in each section, so that overall you'll be getting 300 tests and close to 1500 questions to practice. And we consider this number of questions, 1500 questions, to be a good amount of, or good number of questions for your preparation at the last stage, right? And these tests are absolutely for free. Now, without any further delay, let's get started with the first question. So if x factorial is greater than 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial plus so on to 19 into 19 factorial, where x is a natural number, the smallest value of x is. So we are given with 1 into 1 factorial plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial, so on till 19 into 19 factorial. Now let's find this value in some factorial, right? So in order to do that, I'll be writing 1 as 2 minus 1 into 1 factorial, plus I'll be writing 2 as 3 minus 1 into 2 factorial, plus I'll be writing 3 as 4 minus 1 into 3 factorial, plus so on till I'll be writing 19 as 20 minus 1 into 19 factorial, right? Now if I expand this, 2 into 1 factorial is nothing but 2 factorial minus 1 factorial plus 2 factorial into 3, 3 factorial minus 1 into 2 factorial, 2 factorial plus 4 into 3 factorial, 4 factorial minus 1 into 3 factorial, 3 factorial, and so on till 20 into 19 factorial, or 19 minus 1 into 18 factorial. 18 factorial into 19 will be 19 factorial minus 18 factorial plus 20 into 19 factorial, 20 factorial minus 19 factorial. Now if you observe, plus 2 factorial minus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial minus 3 factorial. Similarly, you will be having plus 4 factorial minus 4 factorial plus 18 factorial minus 18 factorial plus 19 factorial and minus 19 factorial. So we are left with only 2 terms. What are they? 20 factorial minus 1. So the value of the expression 1 into 1 factorial into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial so on till 19 into 19 factorial is nothing but 20 factorial minus 1, right? And we are asked to find the least value, the smallest value of x, which is larger than this. So 20 factorial is greater than 20 factorial minus 1. So the value of x should be 20. Hence option A should be the answer to this question. Now coming to the second question, consider a quadratic function f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c such that a greater than 0. So if a is greater than 0, I can say that it would be an upward facing parabola. Further, p, q and r are real numbers such that p less than q less than r. So p less than q less than r. It is known that f of p into f of q is less than 0, and also f of q into f of r is less than 0. Now this is possible, right? So when f of p is negative, f of q is positive, and f of r is negative, or f of q can be negative, f of p should be positive, and f of r should be positive. If m and n are two roots of the equation f of x is equal to 0 such that m is less than n, which of the following statements is correct? Right. So if I consider this as x-axis, now we have f of x like this, m is less than n, so this has to be m, this has to be n. Now f of p to be negative. So f of p, right? So this is below x-axis. So this part of that curve is negative. So p should be here, right? Now if p is here, q and r both are greater than p, right? So q should be positive. So q has to be here. And can we have r being negative? No, right? So this is not possible. Right, so you cannot have p being negative, q being f of q being positive, and f of r being negative. Now this is not possible. Whereas, let me consider p to the left of m less than m. Right now, what is f of p? Positive. Right now, let me consider point q between m and n. Right. So what is the value of f of q? Negative. Right. And let me consider r point greater than n. And what is the value of f of r? Positive. Right. So f of p is negative. Sorry, positive. F of q is negative and f of r is positive. So that f of p into f of q is negative. F of q into f of r is also negative. Right. Now let's look at the given options. M less than n less than p. No, p less than m. P less than m, less than n, less than q. No, q should be less than n. Option C. P is less than m, which is less than q, which is less than n, which is less than r. So option C should be the answer to this question. Now coming to the third question, three sprinters A, B and C participate in a race where A finishes the race first. All of them start running simultaneously with respect to uniform speeds which they maintain till the end of the race. The distance between A and B was half the distance between A and C when A finishes the race. Okay, so we have A, B and C starting from this point. Now let this be the end of the race. Right, now when A finishes the race, it is given that the distance between A and B was half the distance between A and C. So B is exactly between A and C. Right. Now the speeds of A and C are 12 meters per second and 8 meters per second respectively. Find the length of the race if B finishes the race 420 meters ahead of C. Right. Now if you observe, if for B to be exactly between A and C, the speed of B should be exactly between A speed and C speed as well, because the time is constant. Right. Now what should be the speed of B? What is the number exactly between 12 and 8? 10. Right. So speed of B should be 10 meters per second. Okay. Then what? We are given with the find the length of the race if B finishes the race 420 meters ahead of C. Now, what would be the ratio of distances covered by B and C? Ratio of their speeds. Now, what is the speed of B? 10. What is the speed of C? 8. So, distances covered should be in the ratio 5 is to 4. Right. Now, let B completed 5x distance. Let the distance between both the points to be 5x. Right. So if that's the case, right. So if B has completed 5x distance, assuming that 5x is nothing but the from start to end distance from start to end, right. So C will be completing only 4x distance, and this difference is given to be 420. So the value of x is 420. Now what did I assume to be the length of the race? Right. So 5x. So 5 into 420. So which is 2100 becomes the answer to this question. Now coming to the fourth question. Let m be an integer such that the equation x square plus m minus 4 into x plus 2 is equal to 0 has two distinct real roots. So discriminant should be greater than 0, strictly greater than 0, cannot be equal to 0. Okay. While the equation 3x square plus mx plus 5 is equal to 0 has no real roots for x. So the discriminant of this equation should be less than 0. Then the number of possible values of m is. Right. So considering this first, b square m square minus 4 into 3 into 5. Now this should be less than 0. So m square should be less than 60, and also it is given that m is an integer. Right. So m can assume values from minus 7. Right. Because the perfect square which is less than 60 is 49. So m can take values from minus 7 2 plus 7. So in total we have 15 values satisfying this inequality. Now coming to the first, let m be an integer such that the equation x square plus m minus 4 into x plus 2 is equal to 0 has two distinct real roots. So b square m minus 4 whole square minus 4 into 2 should be greater than 0. So m minus 4 whole square should be greater than 8. Right. So we have values. Let me list down the values: minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. So m minus 4 whole square should be greater than 8. So m can take all values, all negative values, because minus 7, minus 4. So this will increase. Right. So till 0 also possible, 1 possible, 2 not possible, right? So it can assume all the values from minus 7 to 1. Then if I place 3, no, 4, no, 5, no, 6, no, 7, right? So 7 minus 4 is 3, right? So 3 square is 9, which is greater than 8. So how many values can that assume? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1, 10. Option C should be the answer to this question. Now coming to the last question, in an isosceles trapezium ABCD, AB parallel to CD, AB is longer than CD. Okay, so we have an isosceles trapezium A, B, C, D. Now AB is longer than CD. Angle B is 60 degrees. Now if this is 60 degrees, this will also be 60 degrees, right? Now AD is equal to 10 centimeters. So this is 10 and CD is equal to 18. Now what was asked? We are asked to find the area of the trapezium, right? So let me drop a perpendicular from D to AB. Now these two will also be of same length, right? Now this angle is 60. This angle will be 30 degrees, right? So we have 30, 60, 90 special right angle triangle. Now if the side opposite to 90 is 10 centimeters, side opposite to 30 will be half of that. So this is 5, this is 5. We are given with this being 80. So the length of AB is 28 and the length of DC is 18. So area is equal to half into 28 plus 18, right? Because the area of trapezium is half into sum of the opposite sides, opposite parallel sides into height, right? Into. Now we need to find the height. Now if this is 5, this is 10, this should be 5 root 3 into 5 root 3. So 28 plus 18 is 46, 46 by 2, 23. So 23 into 5 root 3, 100 plus 15, 115 root 3. Hence option A should be the answer to this question.
Hope you enjoyed learning from today's session.
This series is designed to help you with your CAT preparation and practice daily. We are with you in this journey.
To watch the next video, click here. And to watch Gurukul's CAT 100 series, study room to boardroom, the entire playlist, click here.
If you learned from today's session, like, share, and subscribe.